And my with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first down throw, Watson. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, check 26.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80!
On 1st down, it's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. And an alley to run. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Watson. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. From the gun, here's Watson. The left side completion to Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gould now out to kick it away. And now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Here we go. 58. We got 3, fellas, we got 3. No.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. On first down, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Down! Move 80! Move 80!
To the air yet again, Watson. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely on line. It just needs a little more oomph behind it, and it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. And they'll run it here. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Crosby on now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels able to drop him for a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To throw on second is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. Hopkins, touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And now the Packers get set to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. but it does get away and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Man open left side, it's Williams. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. They find some open field here. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here, as that's taken up close to the 40. And here comes the Texans now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Come back, come back. Take black 22. Black 22.
The final shot before the break, Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Black 22! Black 22!
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Black 22!
Now a first down throw. Watson throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hopkins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now Watson operating from the gun. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 43 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now out to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here's Watson now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Tailback, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Watson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Black 22.
Operating from the gun. Watson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watson on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Watson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Adams. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well.
And they'll go on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it. as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, here's Watson. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Again, it's Foreman, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Caught by Allen. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Reset.
They'll look to throw. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
He'll look to throw. being chased out left. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Texans, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop to 0-2.